Yeah. My come and never sleep on me. Ice on my chain, 숙여 너의 고개를 what you looking at fool. 너의 눈 허리 멍청했고 find your comfort from another year. I go low like under.
G'day everyone, welcome to another Willows four-wheel drive adventure. So we camped out last night down the bottom of the Mount Angus track. We've just driven up this morning. There's Mark in the background there in his Ford Everest Wild Track, beautiful car, nearly as good as my Ford Everest Sport anyway. We're up here for a bit of a special reason, I guess. I follow a Facebook page, Victorian Rivers and Creeks and Rivers, Friends of Deep Creek, a bit of a mouthful first thing in the morning. They put a call out a few months ago to their more than 100,000 followers to see if anybody had any footage of this river right down here in the valley. This is the Turton River, and you know, they asked for all these photos and they got like one or two. So it's possibly one of the most inaccessible rivers in Victoria. It starts right up the top of Mount Wellington, which is in the distance covered by clouds at the moment. That's 1,632 metres high. The river starts not far below that at all, and it carries on for 32 kilometres down here until it meets up with the confluence of the Avon. So there's the Avon there. Confluence is just down here somewhere, about over here. This is tricky. So it falls around about 1,100 metres to over its 32 Ks. So it's quite dramatic country up through here. Yeah, so what we're going to try and do right now is we're going to head off down the Avon track to get down to the Avon River, which I have been down before, but I haven't been to the confluence of the two rivers. So we're going to try and make our way to the confluence and get some footage of where the Turton River comes in. Then what we're going to do is come back up. We're going to drive along the ridge line and we're going to try and see if we can't get any footage of the river. I mean, you know, there's potentially waterfalls and white water and all that, depending on how much water's coming down, but it's a quite dramatic fall from right at the top of Mount Wellington up here in the clouds all the way down. And then we're going to go and try and find the source of the, you know, Turton River where it all starts, or get close to it. But yeah, and then after that, we'll go and summit Mount Wellington, and then we will have a look back down the whole valley. It's quite amazing. So yeah, just to see where we are. Mount Wellington's up in the distance here. We've got the Avon River coming down this valley. That's the Avon-Turton Divide. Then we've got the Turton River here. And then we go over Moroka Road and we've got Valencia Creek down here. And then way over in the distance, there's another big hill that's called Reeves Knob, and that's where the start of the Freestone Creek is. And that all comes down and feeds into eventually into the Avon River. All this catchment is the reason why the Avon River is known as one of the fastest rising and falling rivers in the Southern Hemisphere. So yeah, it's quite dramatic. And when it rains here, it rains because you're up in the high country. Yeah, so we're going to go and have a look, try and get as much footage as we can, and yeah, have some fun doing a bit of forward driving and hopefully not get up to too much mischief. But yeah, let's see what we can get up to. So we've just been to the confluence of the Avon and the Turton. Now driving in the Avon River. We've got to get back out now. It took us over about 2 hours, nearly 2 hours to get down.
Head down, you're right. You've got tons of room. Tons of room, tons of room. Yep. Oh, hard right, right hand down. Yep, you're through.
Just negotiating some tricky terrain here on the big rocks and pebbles on the Avon River. There is a track here somewhere. Just been to the confluence. Took us nearly 2 hours to go. Let me see, 10 kilometres. That's all it is, 10 kilometres. Currently driving at 6 k's an hour. It's pretty tough going. It's now nearly 12 o'clock. So it's going to take us most of the afternoon to do the 30 or so k's up to the top of the Turton River. Tiring. Got a bit of sweat going. Nice day. There we go. We're clear now. Back on the track. Alright, so we've made it back up the top. That was a slog. Amazing. 10 k's down, 10 k's back, 4 hours. Anyway, so here we are, back here again. Avon River, Turton River. We've been down there, about down there. So right up on the range up here is Mount Wellington. So we'll head back up to there. That's going to take us all day. I think it's 40 k's and we've just done, well, 20 k's, 10 down and back in 4 hours. But we want to make it up to the summit this afternoon because have a look at the day. I mean, get better. Amazing. I don't know, fingers crossed. Anyway, I'll keep going. So I'm going to try and send the drone down into the valley here. I can keep line of sight until it's over those trees and look down, but if I get too low I'll lose signal. I'm hoping just down in here where that drops off, I'm hoping the Turton River is just down there. Alright, so we're heading up Old Moroka Road now. We're a bit away from the Turton River. It goes more over towards Valencia Creek a little bit more for a little while on this range. Very slow going, doing 20 k's an hour for the most part. Taking a while. All good though. Beautiful day. Sensational. So be careful with the camper on. Bottom out a couple of times over these little up and overs. But we'll keep going. That's taken us, it's now 5 o'clock. We left the start right up the top. Is it 1 o'clock? That's 4 hours to drive just 30 k's. That was hard going. Not far up the hill I'm about to show you is actually the start of the Turton River. So there's the gate. Here's the bridge that they've put in. Obviously, maybe logging, cleaning up, whatever. And there is the Turton River heading off down the valley. It's so dense bushland here. I mean, it's been cleaned out a little bit with the trees down, but if I turn around and go this way, there we go. Just a trickle in water in there. It's what, 3 foot wide at best. My best guess is up the hill here is the start, and I can't get in. This bushland is too dense and it is off the road a little bit. Got all this brush. I'll go up here. Want to see up the valley a little bit better. But obviously there's going to be a Turton River's coming down from the top here somewhere, and it'll be just a little trickle till it gets down here. So that's about the best I can do river wise for the Turton River. Now I have a decision to make. This might very well be the end of the video. It's now 5 o'clock. It gets dark around about sort of 7:45. So we've got about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. We've got to set up camp. Wellington Summit is up there. We actually did it last night. We came past, well, we did it yesterday lunchtime, and the weather wasn't conducive to try and do this video yesterday. So we went down Moroka Road. It's quite steep and tricky up there. It's about half an hour up there. Fluff around up the top. I want to go. I'm tired. We'll see. If this isn't the end of the video, stay tuned. We're heading up. If this is the end of the video and we decide not to, I'll probably do another little piece to camera. All right, I got Mark here. We've just made an executive decision. It actually didn't take very long, did it?
No, it didn't.
It was a very easy decision to make.
We're both buggered.
It's been a big 2 days. We left home yesterday morning and drove straight up here, went straight up to the summit. I was going to do some filming, but as I will put onto the video straight after this, and I'll put my opening piece to camera, that was going to be the start of the video, but it just so happened that it was just going to be too hard, just with the weather and the wind and everything. So, but yeah, Mount Wellington track's up here. It's now 5:15. It's going to take us, you know, half an hour, 45 minutes to get up there, half an hour, 45 minutes to get back. Then we've got to get down, back down Mount Wellington track down to Maroka Road.
Yeah.
And then try and find a campground. It's a long weekend, so it's going to be possibly mayhem, I think it will. So, you know, by the time we set up camp and then unpack and cook and, yeah, I don't know how much cooking we'll be doing. It might be cereal. So anyway, this is the official end of the video. I will put the summit from yesterday on there as a finish. Firstly, I want to say thanks to Mark for joining me this weekend, and I don't reckon I could have done that by myself even.
No, look,
but,
you know, the tracks
big.
we did, it's dangerous.
It's risky.
You know, you know, we've both got some damage, and
yeah,
you know, I think yeah, certainly a minimum of 2 people for the sort of tracks we've been doing.
Yeah, definitely. So look, I hope the footage has been good enough. It just shows it is the most inaccessible river in Victoria, one of. To all the people on the Victorian creeks and rivers, Friends of Deep Creek, to the admins there for making this possible, as well as supporting what we did to try and get some footage. And yeah, we could get a little bit. You know, I had envisioned waterfalls and also, I'm sure they're down there, just can't get there to take them. Anyway, so thanks for Ern, Sabina, the other admins and everything from the page. And this has been Willows 4-wheel drive adventures. Certainly has been an adventure, this one. So yeah, we'll camp tonight and head home first thing in the morning. I get to work tomorrow afternoon. So anyway, that's from Willow. I didn't mean to cover you up there.
No.
That's from me, Willow, and from Mark. Till next time, catch you later. G'day everyone, well welcome to another Willows 4-wheel drive adventure. It's a bit blowy where I am today, and there is a special reason for that. So a few months ago, on a Facebook page called Victorian Creeks and Rivers, Friends of Deep Creek, they asked the question if anybody had any video or photos of the Turton River here in Gippsland. Now, out of their 100,000 or so followers, they got like 1 or 2 photos, and that was it. So it seems like it might be one of the most inaccessible rivers in Victoria. So here I am standing at the summit of Mount Wellington, and behind me here is the Avon River Valley. Now right below me is the Avon River, and right at the start of the Avon River, and then the next valley across further over in here is the Turton River. So I thought it very apt. All right, so we've pulled the tree down. I've put a pulley around this tree here, and we're gonna hopefully drag that over here, and then we can drive straight through. Hopefully the plan works, eh?
Hopefully.
Yeah, all right.
Since we've got a dead chainsaw.
Yeah. So, I wasn't filming, I was standing back out of the way just in case, but we've just dragged that tree off the road. So now we can proceed. Thank goodness, because it's been a friggin' long day.
Fucking wrong.
All right, let's back up and get going. All right, tree out of the way. Let's go. Again, just me. I wanted to show everybody this. This is cool. So Mount Wellington track. We're heading back to the main road, but this is Maroka River. Just drop it down in a second. There it is there. There it is there. And out we go. How cool is that? Awesome. Victoria's beautiful. It's great. Should get out and see it sometime. So I've just pulled up, found this campground. Geez, cars aren't new anymore, look at that. Woo-hoo-hoo. Been everywhere. Doolan's campground. It's a long weekend and it's empty. What the hell? Either they don't know about it or they know something we don't know, and we'll find out later. But now 6:30. Well, there's Doolan's Plains here, up in the high country. I'll set up a camper. Might cook a steak. We'll have steak. You want steak?
Oh, yeah.
Probably have a steak. Why not? Steak, some mushrooms, onions.
No, mate, you don't get
No, I'm not cooking your steak then. They've got to have mushrooms.
Okay.
Oh well. How good is this? G'day, another update from our wonderful trip this weekend. It's all been happening. That old Moroka road, bumpy as hell. Struggled to get up, took us forever. Took us 4 or 5 hours to get up. So I'm now on the side of the road trying to get home, and that just happened. The wheels come off the trailer. It was serviced just before not long before we left. All the wheel bearings seemed fine. We greased them all up, and anyway, wheel just flew off. So it's obviously sustained a bit of damage while we're up there, unbeknownst to us. And yeah, so just waiting for roadside assist to come and pick the trailer up for me. Then I'll organise it. So the wheel's flown off on a bit of a bend, and I think it's gone down there, down the hill, probably the end of the creek. I'm not sure. I can't retrieve it. No chance I'm carrying it back up there. But yeah, the gift that keeps on giving this trip. Lucky we found some really nice places to visit and make up for all this, but it's trying. Oh well, looks like we'll be swagging it for a while. Till next time.